scrolling through social media, all you see are the perfect girls with the flawless makeup and the boys with a sharp haircut. And it's hard not to compare yourself with them. It's hard not to fall into their shadows. It's hard not to forget what you're worth. Hi, my name is Joud, and I'm here to talk about the topic, how do you define yourself? As I was scrolling through my social media feed, I came across this short video that basically said something along the lines of how social media is fake, and what we see online isn't happening in reality. And frankly, it got my attention because in our society today, filming a short video where you look good, surrounded with all your friends, is a very normal thing, and it's considered being cool. Even though they don't look neat and put together behind the cameras, and their friendship isn't as happy as it appears. Yet we choose to believe it. As maybe, just maybe, one day I'll get to film a video like that, where I look neat and put together, surrounded with my friends, dancing to some popular music. Because then I'll be considered cool and part of the standards that society assigned for this era to follow. And yes, for what it's worth, many of us choose to follow these standards as life will simply just be easier. But eventually, it gets tiring because these standards are like fast fashion. What's considered cool and fashionable now will be the reference of being ugly in a couple of years. Many people who choose to follow these standards eventually feel tired and fed up, maybe even feel empty, and simply post on their story, taking a small break from social media with a perfect picture of themselves in the background. That seems so seamless, yet that picture was their 5th attempt at getting that flawless image. Yet that's never shared online. Having to retake pictures just because your hair doesn't look good in one of the photos or the light looks bad. Because if we don't look good in the pictures we post, we're considered ugly and plain looking. And all of this is just social media, a bunch of virtual apps and websites where more than half of what's being shared online isn't even real. And that simply just shifts our minds away from reality, whether it's the unreal beauty standards or the fake posts that are being shared online. And that is just one of many examples of letting society define who we are as a whole. Another way we tend to define ourselves is through our relationships. Our interactions with family, friends, and coworkers can give us the insights of our strengths and weaknesses. And many people like to take advantages of those weaknesses, manipulating us, doubting us from the first step we ever took, telling us what we are capable and not capable of, what we should and shouldn't do, trying to follow every idea of perfection they know of just to simply please them. Another way we tend to define ourselves is through our experiences, our past and present experiences that are somehow supposed to shape who we are or what we stand for. Like somehow you'll know everything you need to know about me. Many students struggle with this because many parents and schools have this perfect picture of how students are supposed to do in school. And many people and parents force this idea onto students, making them feel like grades is what defines them, and having good grades is how they can be accepted in society. And the same goes for jobs and companies. Your boss expecting you to work more than the hours you're getting paid for just because they have a higher position than you. So as someone with a lower worth, you would have to follow their orders. And sometimes even as simple as going out to restaurants. Many mothers like to comment, "You're a girl, girls don't sit like that. You're a girl, girls don't eat like that." All of these are examples of letting society define who we are. The pressure of what society, social media, or even our school and work offices think or feel about us aren't what should define us, because they're simply not real. The constant idea of pleasing others overpowers how we feel about ourselves, making us feel the way people view us or imagine us is the way we should define ourselves. Defining ourselves is a constant and ongoing process that is shaped by various factors. But sometimes what we do for ourselves, what we build for ourselves, also has a worth. You can't define. If you can't articulate something, then you'll never be able to put it into practice. If you truly want to be humble, you have to know what humility means. Because when you don't define it for yourself, somebody else will. And that is why at times we don't feel successful. Because we are basing the idea of succession or what we are worth through what people think, through what people believe, through what people have heard. But why? Aren't you a person? Doesn't your definition matter? If we're so worried about the way people view us, and to the point we change the way we define ourselves, why don't we try to please ourselves? So the question that I'm really asking is, how do you define yourself? Is it through what people think of you? Is it through your grades? Is it through your place at your work office? All of these are simply not real. What really defines you is something you should ask yourself, because a person's answer may vary and only you can answer that question to yourself. Thank you.